it wired up, you don't see speakers. It's not like there's a stack sitting on the stage and a stack hanging from the roof. It's just beautiful. I'm trying to make sure I can't remember now if it's Rock Island or Moline, but and I don't want to send people the wrong way.
I'm in no help with that.
No, that's all right.
Now, by the way, out there, you can join us live on Facebook. I just started up the Facebook.
Oh, yeah, that's why. Sorry.
And it's on the Billy Rose Facebook page. Billy Rose. And there are other Billy Roses out there, but Billy Rose, Clinton, Iowa. So that way you can find it.
Yes, and you want, it is Rock Island. And you want Skylark Studios QC, because there's one in Burbank.
Right.
So.
That'd be a little check.
But yeah, so when I first moved to the Quad Cities, that was my first recording. He had just opened on the west end of Locust in Davenport. It just opened a studio. I was one of his first folks, and Ellis Kell came in and did some work for me on the album, and just what a wonderful experience that was. But I've done some recording in my home studio, and then the last time I was here was Fresh Oil Loose Gravel. Yeah, that's what it's called. I'm looking at the sticker over here on his wall of fame over here. And that was actually done as a live show out of Minneapolis, and then mixed down at my friend Leo's place, the Pod Studios in Minneapolis.
Nice, yeah.
I've done I've done a lot of work with Leo over the years with different things, but so really most of my recording has either been up in Minneapolis or in my home studio. Okay. So, but I'm looking forward to recording with Justin again. We've been talking.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, have you done many songwriter get-togethers or?
I'm starting to, and which is, you mean like performing or like collaborating?
Either
or.
Actually, either, yeah.
So, performing, that kind of thing is starting to take off a little more around here.
It's pretty cool.
David G. Smith
has
put together a wonderful songwriter series at Common Chord, which kind of mirrors what he does at the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville, which is where I was supposed to be with him and Robert Deitch, and couldn't get down there. So, but next year, Bluebird next year is what I'm doing. But yeah, so doing the thing with Robert at the Quarter Notes at Skylark Studios. And as far as collaborating, really, I would like to collaborate. I have this thing about, I don't know if I want to show people my stuff until it's done, you know? But then again, if it's never getting done, then maybe you should show people your stuff. I don't know.
Idea 2 years.
Yeah, but yeah, so as I'm sitting with this, I mean, literal pile, 80% of my phone's memory is me going into the voice recorder going da la da la da la da, or into the notes going, here's some song ideas. And so yeah, it's I think it's time to do some more of that, whether it's musically or lyrically, you know. But I've done some collaborating musically over the years. And it would be interesting to see what collaborating as a writer would do, depending on the song. So, yeah.
David G. Smith, he's fantastic.
He is.
When he does those writer in the rounds or whatever they're called, fantastic stuff. I mean, it's so fun listening to them talking between each other. Oh, yeah, I would try this, and it's like, that's cool. You know, that's how it happens.
Yeah, and that's how. That's how the magic happens. Is it's kind of stuff like that. For me, like the magic happens for me. A lot of time when I'm just kind of farting around on the guitar,
right,
and something something will just kind of click, and some little riff will just start to click, and I'll put it down for posterity, and then see if anything kind of grows from it organically. I'm very much David G and I have had this kind of caller one. You're on. No.
Yeah, sorry, I can't answer right now.
we're a little busy, folks. If you could hold your calls till the end of the show. So David G and I were doing a songwriting course together, and he kept talking about prosody, and I'm like, I don't know what prosody is. And he looks at me and he's like, you're a songwriter. And I said, yeah, I know. I write songs. What do you mean? He goes, well, prosody is the melody of the words. And I'm like, oh, I focus on scansion. He goes, what's scansion? I'm like, but you're a songwriter. So I focus on the rhythm of the words more than the melody of the words.
Gotcha.
So, and I think that's because I tend to write melodies. I tend to kind of write those melodic riffs on the guitar, and I find, and then I look for the words that rhythmically fit into that melody,
Right.
rather than the words that fit melodically into that rhythm.
Right.
So, yeah.
See,
So
I didn't even realize there was a difference.
there's so much going on. There's so many
Holy
things.
cow.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'll be out touring. I'm in my car, and if I'm not listening to podcasts, I'm just letting my brain free flow.
Right.
And seeing what happens, and then hitting the record button on my voice recorder. Da 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 da. I'll pass a sign. Da 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 da. And I just constantly. And every once in a while, those things get put together and they form a cohesive piece of material. Mostly, they're just sporadic bits of flotsam and jetsam out there between my phone and my brain and several notebooks looking for glue. Yeah. Right. So maybe I need to start putting them all into just one place and start there.
I don't like phones.
Yeah.
Oh, they drive me nuts. But I gotta admit that it has to be really great for songwriters. I mean, like you said, you're driving down the road and something pops in your head. Boom, record it.
Yeah.
Boom, it's right there.
Boom, it's right there.
It's like, wow, that would be a great tool.
Yeah, it's the biggest button on my home screen. It's like this big, bing, and I hit it. I mean, years ago, I lived in Ireland for a short time, and I brought a little digital recorder with me.
Right.
And I recorded every time I went into some bar, into some pub, and they were doing a session. I'd put that recorder down, and I would just, everything I listened to, everything I did. And then I realized, as I was roaming around the country, I'm like, hey, I can, just talking to it too,
Yeah.
So to me, the phone is just an expensive digital recorder with a lot more memory. It really is, you know. So.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
By the way, I just played it a couple times now. I went back and grabbed your Peace Train.
Oh.
I love the way you do that.
Thank you.
And yet, with all the garbage going on around the world right now, it's like
that was
Peace Train is a good song to play.
I thought that was every winter I try to offer a free download, and over the years they've been my take on a Christmas song or a Christmas carol or something, right? Or something for the new year. And this year Christmas I came and went, and I'm like, oh yeah, hey, that download I usually promise everybody, And my wife had been listening to Cat Stevens, and he'd been coming up again because he had just come out with a new album,
Right. Yeah.
so his name was getting out there again. And it just occurred to me, like you said, with the world where it's at right now, especially right then, it just seemed like the right time to bring that song out. And everything I do, I have to give it my own little flavor, my own little taste. And I had it all figured out, and I had it recorded, and I had it ready to upload. And I played it for the wife. She goes, "It's really long and it's a little depressing." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Thanks, honey.
No, it's good to have a sounding board.
Right.
She's said the right things more often than not,
Right.
even when they sounded wrong.
And
But
she's honest.
and
with you.
she's
That's
honest
the
with
best
me.
thing.
That is the best thing. You really don't want somebody saying, "No, you look great in that dress." So, so I went back into the studio, and so between December 26th and December 31st, I recorded Peace Train 3 times when I finally came up with that version that I actually put out for everybody to listen
That's
to.
nice.
So, yeah.
Can you do a song first, and then we're going to have to take a break, and we'll come back.
Absolutely. Well, I'd love to do Peace Train, but I'm not tuned for it. So
No,
let's do something for Billy Rose. This one's called Good Stuff.
Good stuff. All right. There you go. Hey, this counts,
This counts.
gamers.
Walking down the sidewalk, kicking stones. She's hidden in an alley, rolling bones. He kicks a stone into the alley and he chases it down. He sees her and his head starts spinning round. Fame ain't always what it seems. Good stuff only happens in dreams. I don't care what people say, I live my life day to day. She sits beneath the palm trees, getting stoned. He sits behind his desk like a corporate drone. She dreams of visas and an office in a building of glass. Dreams of tropical breezes and blowing grass. Fame ain't always what it seems. Good stuff only happens in dreams. I don't care what people say, I live my life day to day. Just an old cat laughing on the streets of LA. He's just a cream puff kitty with savoir-faire. He's trying to impress her with his Cadillac style. But she just looks right through him from behind her chest. She'll smile. what it seems. Good stuff only happens in dreams. I don't care what people say, I live my life day to day.
Oh, that's good stuff, huh? That's good stuff. Lojo Russo, live in the KMCN studio on Midwest Review Live. That's good. I like that.
Thank you.
That's not new, is it?
Oh no, that's very old. That was I wrote that back when I was in a jam band back in Minneapolis.
Oh, a jam band.
A jam band, yes.
Man. Well, that's good. I like that.
Thank you.
We got to take a little break, and we'll be back with more from Lojo. And I promise, I'll quit talking so much and let her play some. You're listening to Midwest Review on Mac FM 94.7. It's good stuff coming to you from the Wild Rose Casino and Hotel Studio and brought to you by the Block That Rocks, Savannah, Illinois.
What wonders that making it feed the need with Mac 94.7 FM. We play everything.
Restaurant is open Monday through Sunday for dine-in and carry-out. They are closed on Tuesdays. You can now enjoy their 2 carry-out specials. Monday, chow down on their delicious pasta bucket with Roscoe's bread and chicken salad. Wednesdays, feast on chicken bucket, potato salad, Roscoe's bread, and a pint of cabbage salad. Every Saturday, enjoy an endless spaghetti dinner or a prime rib dinner Friday and Saturday. Come visit Roscoe's located in the beautiful Lyons neighborhood, 238 Main Avenue. And don't forget, Pizza and Pasta Buffet is back every Monday from 4:30 to 8.
Hey, you know what? Let's do it.
Now at Awesome Car Wash, ceramic coatings has been added to their conveyor car wash and touchless automatic. Awesome Car Wash has the best value for car washes
I've been getting
in the
some
Flint area.
critical
They're located
information
right
saying,
across from Verena and Drive. So you know where to go for Arena's Car Wash and Maple.
Yes, dear.
Awesome Car Wash. They're open 7 days a week from 7 to 7.
I understand. I'll
Get
get
gift certificates. Awesome Car Wash. Make great gifts. If you're grilling this weekend, be sure to have plenty of Village Heart buns on hand. The fancy equipment and secret sauces are great. Also master the basics. It's varieties to choose from. Sliced old-fashioned classic lighter wheat, country potato, and mini sliders. The bakers at Village Heart have the buns your family will love. Village Heart buns, locally baked and delivered fresh daily.
The weather is brought to you by Windmill Real Estate. If you've ever thought of moving or downsizing, we can help. Now is the perfect time to make that move. We can sell your existing home or find that perfect home for you. We are licensed in both Iowa and Illinois and ready to help. The right realtor makes all the difference. Give us a look. We're here for you.
Here's your forecast for the Mac 94.7 Wild Rose Casino Weather Center. Lows up around 46 tonight under clear skies, winds out north 8 to 15 miles per hour. Bright sunshine expected again tomorrow. Daytime highs approaching 78.
Otherwise, it's the mix between
Storms and
vocal and
lightning
guitar,
tomorrow night,
okay?
closed in
Yeah.
down to about
Okay.
52.
Sounds good.
Mainly cloudy skies expected. Back at FM.com Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now.
I'm Billy Rose. You're listening to Midwest Review on Mac FM. I got Lojo Russo live here in the studio with me, and she's getting ready to sing some more.
Hey. Well, we were just talking about this song, so let's go ahead and do it, yeah?
Okay.
I've been happy lately, thinking about the good things to come. And I believe it could be. Someday it's going to come. Well, I've been happy lately, thinking about the world as one. And I believe it could be. Someday it's going to come. 'Cause I've been happy lately, thinking about the world as it is. Why must we go on hating? Why can't we live in bliss? I've been dreaming lately, thinking about the world to come, and I believe it could be. Something good has begun. Oh yeah, now peace train moving right on the peace train. Yeah, yeah. Oh, peace train, a holy road. Everyone jump on the peace train. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now get your bags together. Come on, bring your good friends true, 'cause it is getting nearer. Someday it'll be with you. So come on now, join the living. It's not so far from you, and it is getting nearer. Someday we'll all be true. And peace train, on the peace train. Come on now, come on now, peace train. Oh, I've been crying lately, thinking about the world as it is. Why must we go on hating? Why can't we live in bliss? 'Cause out on the edge of darkness, the rides a peace train. Oh, peace train, take this country. Come take me home again. Oh, peace train, take this country. Out on the peace train. Come on now, peace train, a holy road. Everyone jump on the peace train. Come on now, come on now, come on. Peace train, can't you come here? Peace train, can't you come here? Peace train, can't you come here? Peace train.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Thank you.
I love that.
Thank
You know, I always liked Cat Stevens version, or Yosef, or whatever
Yeah.
you call him nowadays. But I always liked that. And another one, it's unrelated, but in my head, they work together. Love Train.
Oh,
I
interesting.
love that song too, you know. But yeah.
And you said Love Train, and now I want to say Love Shack. But also, we've gotten off the track now, I'm pretty sure, all the way.
You people out there, you understand.
That's right, that's right.
We're off on a tangent.
That's it.
Anyway, that's good stuff. I really like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
And is that still a free download?
Yeah, it's you can catch it. You can still find it on my Facebook page, Lojo Russo Music, on Facebook. I believe it's out on my CD, not my CD baby. my Bandcamp. But you know, now that I've done your show, I'm gonna make sure it's all over the place, because I know it's not on my website. I'm woefully bad at keeping that up to date, other than my gig
Showing the
schedule.
plug.
So yeah, because I'm not like one of those WordPress, here's a template and do it. I actually had somebody build it, and
Oh, yeah.
and then they kind of showed me how to do it, and so yeah. I need someone else to help me now. So.
Yeah. It only stays in your brain for so
For
long.
so long, yeah. Every time I try to make an edit to it, like everything ends up on the right side of the page. I'm like, what did I do? But I only did.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've done that. Unfortunately or unfortunately, depending how you look at it.
Yeah, right.
My web page that I had was hijacked and
Oh wow.
couldn't get it back, so I just okay.
Yeah. There
Hey,
you go.
it's yours, then. Do whatever,
Fine.
do whatever you want.
Make me big in Japan. Right? Yeah.
It may have been Japan. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
So, how many you have? What, Facebook and?
So I try to keep as much media going as possible. So I have a Facebook page, I have a website, I have an Instagram that unless I update my Facebook, my Instagram doesn't get updated.
Okay.
I'm trying, folks. I'm really trying to be better, but it's crazy. It's crazy how much time this kind of work takes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, between the writing songs and not finishing them, but between the writing songs and the recording things and keeping your equipment going, you're following up, getting the gigs, you're looking for the new gigs, you're cold calling, you're cold emailing, you're making sure that when you send 15 people certain dates for a show, that you didn't just give away that one date to somebody else entirely.
Right.
And so it really is, when they say music business, I wasn't aware just how much business was involved in the
Right.
music business. I mean, I started this gig when you could buy the musician's phone book, and it came to you as an actual phone book. And by the time you called somebody, they no longer were the contact for that venue anymore, or that venue had closed, or they weren't doing music anymore. I was sending out, my email blasts were actually postcards. I was sending out one sheets and cassette tapes, which is amazing because I'm only 28.
Right.
I mean, but yeah. So when I started this business, I thought it took a lot of energy back then,
Right.
and it takes even more now, trying to keep up with all the media stuff and trying to keep everything updated and have you posted January yet, or lately, or did you ever put the events on your Facebook page, or
Now technology
so-
makes everything easier.
yeah, except then they want you to post to 18 or 25 different media sites. I got back onto Bands in Town, and
yeah.
every time I try to put in a venue that I'm playing at, they're like, well, we don't have that in our database yet. Would you like to add it? And then I end up having to look up their street address and their
Right.
phone number, and if there's an email and who to contact. I'm like, that shouldn't be my job. That's, it was one of the reasons I got away from Reverb Nation. It was, it seemed like
Oh yeah.
I was building their database. I'm like, that's not my job. There's a
Right.
musician's atlas out there. Go look it up for yourself, So yeah, it's trying to keep everything fresh and up to date. And then in the meantime, I'm doing some teaching. I'm teaching guitar, and to some students. I've got a couple of students right now, down from a whole lot more because I just couldn't have that many anymore. So yeah, I don't know how I did this when I had a full-time job.
For sure.
Other than the fact that I might have stayed up later back then, I don't know. But it is a full-time. This is a full-time job. You get up in the morning, and you start, and you don't get out of that studio and away from that screen until that evening again.
Right.
So.
Yeah. It's amazing all the time you can spend looking at the screen and typing, and it's like, wow.
I'll go down. I go down a rabbit hole. I'm not going to lie, you know. Oh, but when you're going down a rabbit hole to see if this venue is somewhere you actually want to play,
right,
you have to follow that rabbit.
Speaking of that,
yes,
we talked just a tiny bit about Byron's earlier.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And you have a gig coming up.
I do. I have a gig coming up at Byron's on April 28th. It's a Sunday. And I'm really happy to hear that because I booked it back in like October, and then in January I heard all the kerfuffle about his building, and the local commission was going to shut him down for structural stuff, and I'm like, he's got way too many posters on the wall for anything to fall over.
Sure.
Even if it did collapse, it would be more like paper mache. It would just kind of like maybe like a paper bag a little bit. It might deflate, but it's not going to collapse. That place is held up by posters and hippie power.
Right.
So there's just no way that place is going down anytime soon. But so I'm glad to say I still have my show on April 28th at Byron's. So
that's really good.
For those of you on the western edge of Iowa, come and see me.
I was a little bit worried about Byron's.
Too.
I thought, oh my God, it's a legendary place, you know.
It is a legendary place.
Everybody wants to play there. Everybody that travels through.
And everybody has. I mean, from Canned Heat to Chicago Farmer.
Yeah.
So,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're still on the books and you're going to go there.
Absolutely.
And keep it up, Byron.
Right on.
Your place, Byron's, will never die.
Never.
It's in our brains and it's ingrained in our society, coast to coast, and even further than that.
Like Jerry said, we will survive.
That's right. Oh, man. So, are you playing anywhere in the Quad Cities or anything soon, or in the general area?
In the general area. So, like, I'm going to be at the Nightcap Lounge in Burlington on May 4th.
Okay.
I'm going to be up in Ames and Mason City that Thursday and Friday before Byron's.
Nice,
the 25th and 26th, and I'm really excited about playing Codfish Hollow at their Lady Liberty show.
Nice.
Lolo's the headliner, but I'm playing Codfish Hollow, and I couldn't be happier.
Fantastic.
Man, that is, I hope I just don't walk out on stage and go, bam, you know.
They are the nicest people.
They are great people. I've gotten to know Kurt and Angie and some of the staff and of course all the artists down below, and I love that place. Have
you seen shows there?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Who was your favorite show you saw?
I mean, there's been a lot of people I've liked to have seen, but being a musician, I'm not always free the nights these people are playing.
You have to play too.
It is, that is the.
You have to make money to go to the shows.
That is the economy, the other side of that coin, being a musician. But actually, like one of the first shows we went and saw, it was like another one of these little festival shows, and it was all these people nobody had heard of yet, and it was like Dawes, and. I want to say Avett Brothers, but I don't think they played. But actually, my favorite band that night was Field Report out of Wisconsin.
Oh yeah,
they were amazing. They were just fantastic.
Yeah.
We've seen Lone Bellow. We've seen Lizzo. I mean, it's just some. I can't even remember all the people we've seen because we go there as often as we can.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
yeah, it's an amazing venue.
If anybody out there has not been there, you need to get there because
Absolutely.
it's an unbelievable experience. Fantastic.
Musician or patron, it doesn't
Right,
matter.
exactly. And if you're a musician, you kind of become a patron because, oh wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, in fact, we're going to go see Lucinda Williams is coming
Oh,
soon, so we're going to go
yes.
see her, yeah.
Fantastic. I love Lucinda Williams. So what do you got? Another song for us? Or?
Well, I think we should before the phone starts ringing again. Let's do this. All right. You're my friend. It's been a while since I've seen your face. Man, I've missed your smile. How's the wife and the kids? Oh man, are they getting big? Seems like just yesterday we were kids ourselves, raising heaven and well. Those were the days. Well, here we are with a little more time, just me and you in this bottle of wine. No regrets, we'll leave it all behind. We can start from where we left off. Yeah. And oh my friend, well the years have been kind. You're looking great. Thanks, I'm doing fine. Are you still with that guy? Still working that job? Thought you hated but could not lose. How's your mom and your dad? Oh, I'm sorry I hadn't heard the news. Now here we are with a little more time, just me and you and a bottle of wine. No regrets, we'll leave it all behind. And you can start from where you left off. Yeah, yeah. Hello, my friend. Well, it's been too long since we sat around the fire, singing our songs past the bottle and rhyme. Man, did we have the time of our lives, building castles in the sand, the world that I could make. We could never die. Now here we are with a little less time, just me and you and a bottle of wine. No regrets, we'll leave it all behind. Yeah, well, here we are with a little more time, just me and you and a bottle of real good wine. So if you don't mind, I thought we'd start from where we left off. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Lojo Russo live in the KMCN studio on Midwest Revue Live. That's good
Thank
stuff.
you, thank you.
I really like that. That's one of my favorite songs off of your.
Thank you.
What album?
It was on Fresh Oil, Loose Gravel,
Yes.
and on No Scars, No Stories. Yeah,
Yeah, and I have them both.
and you have them both. You do.
My wife loves that song too.
Thank you.
I hope you were listening, Sherry.
It is, I consider that my hit. That's my.
Oh, really?
Someday, everybody else might consider it that, but at least you and I know it's a hit.
That's a
So,
great song.
there you
Yes,
go.
I
Thank
love
you.
That. Really love that.
Right on.
So tell people how they can send you emails or order your songs, or you still sell CDs on.
I still have a few CDs left
Okay.
that travel around in my car. And so if you have a 2003 Buick LeSabre with a CD player in it, I have a CD that you can buy.
There are still people,
there are still people that play them out there. Yeah, no, I know it is a dying commodity, and I just don't have the backing to go with the LP yet.
Right,
But
right. That's expensive.
Yeah, it is expensive. And besides, I actually want to go even more retro and do an 8-track tape.
Oh, nice.
I think that would be like a nice vintage. A nice vintage medium, but so yeah, you can come to a show, and you can go online. You can find all my stuff online through my website, lojorusso.com, LOJORUSSO, or out at Bandcamp. I'm on Bandcamp, and I've got a lot of stuff out there, and not necessarily stuff you could ever get from me, stuff that was never actually published. I've got Macabre de Farce, which is my Halloween album, and I've got Seasonings, which is my Christmas album, and I've got an album called Sweet Tooth, which is some of my novelty songs. So
I played Sweet Tooth.
right on. Yeah, so these are things that these are the kinds of things that I'm usually recording in my home studio and
Right.
putting out there for download. So you can download anything, or you can get the CD of Fresh Oil Loose Gravel. And I might still have like 1 or 2 Stoic Abandon, 1 Dream Life Color. I have no understated. I've got a handful of my Funk's Grove band that I used to have back in Minneapolis. And my band Cats Laughing, the jam band I was talking about, where I wrote good stuff. That band, we put out a 25-year reunion album.
Really?
Yeah, a few years ago. And so that's one way of getting CDs from me. But
I bet that was fun.
that was a lot of fun. That was kind of my foray into performing, other than being a musician out at the Minnesota Renaissance Festival, which is different. So I was in this jam band called Cats Laughing, and I played the bass. So
Really?
The reason I play good stuff like I play it is because I played it on the bass, and so I kind of only know it as a bass song.
Right.
But yeah, I played bass for that band, and 20 years later, was it 20 or 25? I think it was 20. A 20-year reunion, and we're all like, "Hey, let's get the band back together for."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Yeah!" And I picked up my Electric Guild Pilot that I hadn't touched in almost 20 years. And I started listening to our old stuff, and I started trying to play my licks, and I'm like, no, this is not going to work. I couldn't make the reaches anymore, and it was so big, and it was noisy and jangly. I'm like, wow, this is just not right. So that was, the whole ukulele bass was just becoming popular. So I looked at a couple of those, and I didn't like the feel of the gummy strings.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. And so I found Guild makes a little tiny steel string bass. So I got myself a little tiny steel string bass, and I'm like, look at this. I can reach everything. Yeah, it's lovely. But what was funny is like the whole band did that. Like my guitar player's like, I'm only playing acoustic these days. And the drummer's like, I haven't touched a kit since the band broke up. So I'm playing a Doonbeck all night long, I was like, oh, okay. So it was the same but different, and we just had a wonderful time. Luckily, our lead singer still had a voice, so everybody had a good time. We played a science fiction convention,
Really?
and just had a great time, and it was really fun play music with those folks again. And
So it was a science fiction convention because it was science fiction?
yeah, well, so what's funny is that 4 of the 5 people in Cats Laughing are published writers.
Really?
I'm the 5th that was not a published writer. And 3 of those 4 writers are science fiction fantasy writers.
Oh, nice.
So, and that's kind of how I met some of them and how I got introduced to more of the musicians and stuff like that, and in the Minneapolis area. So one of our first gigs as Cats Laughing was at 4th Street Fantasy Con, and our last gig as Cats Laughing was at I think it was the 50th anniversary of of MiniCon, the Minnesota Science Fiction Convention. So
Nice.
yeah.
Well, we've got time for one more song if you want to do it.
Oh yeah.
You can play us out of here.
Let's do that.
All right. Lojo Russo live in the KMCN studio on Midwest Revue Live.
Yeah, we'll get that better, I promise. So, this is one off of Fresh Oil, Loose Gravel. Thanks, Billy Rose, for having me on tonight.
Thanks for coming.
And anybody who had tuned in last week, and I had a horrendous cold last week. I'm so sorry. I mean, I said I can play, but I need to be isolated, and I'm probably gonna sound like this. And Billy's like, "Come next week. Don't do that to yourself." So thank you for understanding. Thanks everybody for tuning back in, and for always tuning in to the Midwest Revue here. There's a sign down on Main Street, attracts me like a moth to a flame. Illuminating words saying thank you, please come back again. It reminds my restless soul I've been here too long, without a word or whisper, going, gone. There's a girl back in Boston, remembers better me. When I took everything for granted, gave it all away for free. It reminds me of a time when I thought I could do no wrong, like a fading photograph. I'm going, gone. But I'm tired of running from all my faults and regrets. Comes a time and a place when you stand face to face with the weight of it all. Heart hits so wrong, heart hits so wrong. There's a side to this story no one has ever heard. It's the side that's the truth and the side where no one gets hurt. I'm reminded that history is written by those who are strong. And like pages torn and tattered, going, gone. Yes, I'm gonna be. Oh, to face with the weight of it all. Heart hit so low, heart hit so low. Yeah. There's a sign up ahead telling me it's time to come home.
All right. Lojo Russo live in the KMCN studio on Midwest Review Live. It's been a lot of fun having you here,
It's been
Lojo.
nice to see you again,
Good
Billy.
to see you too.
Right on.
Let's not make it so long next time.
Let's try.
I'm going to have to come and see you wherever I can. I'm not sure where that's going to be, but
We'll figure it out.
I'll
We'll figure it out.
something out. Yeah.
Sounds good, man.
Lojo Russo live in the KMCN studio, and that's going to do it. I'll be back next week. Don't forget to tune in 4 to 6, unless I have a live guest, then it's an hour longer. Until then, don't forget, spread joy, spread love, spread peace, spread the good stuff.
Right on. I like it. It's good too.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again.
Thank you.